Welcome to Joe's Astrology. This is the Synastry birth chart analysis for Kaley, Cuoco, and Tom Pelphrey. The one thing I really want to focus on in this, for the most part, in these charts is this moon here in Cancer. Kaley has the moon in Cancer at 15 degrees. Tom has the North Node and Venus at 13 and 9 degrees. So her moon is conjunct his North Node in Cancer, where he's headed, and he has Venus there. So this is a very good indication that this relationship would come about with her moon or a planet on his North Node, and with it being the moon as well, her moon there in Cancer, that he's moving towards emotional satisfaction. He's moving towards family, and she is definitely someone who can be that person for him. He also has moon trining that North Node, and that moon is in Scorpio, and that would be something that he is definitely needs or is looking for in his life. Now her South Node is in Scorpio, and his moon as well is on one of her nodes, but it's her South Node. So for her, it's more of moving into the past. Maybe eventually, or at some point, this guy could give her feelings of being stuck, or we can see that she has Jupiter squaring those nodes, and the resolution node is the South Node. So she has need to, despite the notion that his moon is on her South Node, the past, she is in a place where she needs to move into this South Node for some reason and learn more about the South Node in Scorpio as well. So he could definitely be that person with the moon on that South Node. He could be the person to help her with whatever she is resolving there. Now she has on the seventh house cusp, she has Virgo, and this guy, we don't have the houses for him. He doesn't in this chart. He doesn't have any Virgo. Mercury, of course, rules Virgo, and the ruler of her seventh house is in Sagittarius, and it's retrograde. But he has Mercury in Leo in its fall. And without really looking at much else, I mean, there are some aspects that point to him having a Mercury or Virgo disposition, but it's not obvious. So this could be something for her that he would lack, that she would need. And looking at that Scorpio South Node, where she would be resolving the possible Scorpio issues. So we could be looking at uh, psychological things, sexual things that he could bring about for her. And I think lacking that Mercury, it will be interesting to see if he's able to, in a sense, act as psychologist for her, or whatever those issues are, because that would be important for her to have somebody as a partner who can do that or help her with those issues. We can look at some of the more surface level things. They both have Mars in Libra. His Mars is in the same degree as her Venus there at 26 degrees. Even though they're in signs next to each other, they're in the same degree. His Venus is in Cancer. Her Venus is in Scorpio, so both water signs. So some compatibility there when it comes to their Mars and Venus. nothing crazy. Nothing crazy good, nothing crazy bad. They both have sun signs in fire. She's a sun in Sagittarius. He's a sun there in Leo. Her Jupiter is in Aquarius. His is in Scorpio, so non-compatible signs there. However, his Jupiter is at 1 degrees, and his Uranus is at 0 degrees, so in the same degree in a semi-sextile aspect to Uranus, and she has Jupiter in the sign that Uranus rules, as well as a sextile to Uranus. So some compatibility there with their Jupiter and Uranus, which is always, I've found, is always going to be something very compatible for a couple. We could look at some more things, but they're both very emotional temperaments. A lot of water, a lot of moon, which can be very compatible. It could also bring up some issues of possibly being too emotional and not being able to, not having someone there who's able to ground any emotional extremes. Now, he does have Saturn in Libra where it's exalted, but it's conjunct Pluto. So something else to say here, this guy is a charmer. And you can see he's a charmer with 3 planets in Libra, Jupiter and Moon together in Scorpio, and the North Node Venus there in Cancer. So this guy is a Libra Venus charmer. Could possibly have been someone who got around before this relationship. As I said, not likely that will change unless her moon there on the North Node can be the one to bring him into a more grounded family situation. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the future. If you have any comments, let me know, or anything to say, leave them down in the comments, and hope you have a great day.